Hello and welcome back to another episode of Motivational Mondays with me, Shivon Watson. Hope you are okay, hope you're doing really well and just getting into the swing of things. It's the new year and yeah, just want to say a big thank you for everybody that's been watching, subscribing, supporting. Like, pimping is not easy. When I say pimping, it's not easy, yeah? It's not.
He looks like a clown. Where's the Mardi Gras?
It's not easy, but you know, I'm just gonna keep trying to be consistent with it and just keep trying to go with it. Like, I don't know if you guys know, I stayed up one time to about 3 in the morning to edit, and it was like, oh my god. I really am thankful for all the comments that I've seen, the positivity that I've been receiving as well. And yeah, I just want to know that I find it rewarding as much as I feel like I'm trying to reward others, because even though I'm trying to motivate, I feel motivated by it all. So I really am thankful by everything, really I truly am. And yeah, so before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I want to just be giving you loads of new stuff this year, like new stuff, and even gifts. Like, I like to give, okay? So even gifts and stuff like that, I will be definitely sending stuff your way, but you have to hit subscribe and you have to like follow and all that to get those gifts. But yeah, so I'm gonna go straight into the quote this week and just let you know what I have coming up today. So today's quote is, so I really wanted to do a quote. I feel like this quote is juicy because it's been on my mind a lot, and I feel like it's quite a juicy thing to talk about. Like, I feel like I feel old enough now to speak confidently about relationships. I think when I was younger, I felt like I wasn't allowed, and I didn't have any experience at all, which made sense, but I feel like I wasn't allowed to voice my opinion on it. But now I feel like I can. I feel like I'm old enough to speak about it, and I think also like I've had experience of being in a relationship before, but obviously I'm not in one now, but I feel like I've got experience to like kind of, you know, give my point of view on it and stuff like that. So I would say my point on this is that, you know, a lot of people, before they get into a relationship or when they're in a relationship, like in the early stages, they think that it's going to be 100% rosy all the time. And you know, I hate to say it, it really isn't. It's not going to be rosy all the time. And when I say that to you, I say it to myself that it's not going to be rosy. You're going to have hard times. It's going to be tough, and there's going to be times where you will be tested in your relationship. You will actually be tested. Like, you will go through things and you're like, wait, what, me? But the point of the matter is, if that relationship is meant to last, you need to ride it, and you need to actually like work through it, because it takes work, it takes time, it takes effort. And my point on this is that we need to not always go into relationships with our eyes closed and blinded, and realize that it's going to be, once you have a partner, that you're going to be 100% happy all the time, and that's how you're going to be forever and ever. I don't know who sold us these kind of images. I think it might be TV, but we need to understand that it's not going to be like that, and that's okay. And if that relationship is meant to last, you will get through any kind of turbulence that you are going through. My point on this, like, when you are in a relationship or about to be in a relationship, point number one on this quote, this one is a controversial one, this one's quite controversial, but point number one is, don't always listen to outsiders. Now, this one is so controversial because it's either, I honestly think is a bit of both. Like, sometimes you have to, or sometimes you don't have to listen to outsiders, but there's a balance, and it's also a case of who you're listening to. Like, if you watched my previous video about crap advice, you'll kind of understand where I'm going with this. Like, it's who you listen to in regards to this. So yeah, and I feel like you need to understand that, you know, certain people will say certain things about your relationship and they're not in your relationship, they're looking from the outside and they can hinder what is going on. They can definitely hinder it. And they will say they're looking out for you, but in essence, they don't mind if it fails. Like, to be real, that sounds so pessimistic, but it's like you need to just be careful because they're not in your relationship and everyone has their tolerance threshold. Some people can tolerate more than others, let's be real. So like, for example, like for me, when I was in a relationship, I went into it completely blind. I was so young, I went into it completely blind, and the person that I was going out with, they were like 7 years older than me. And I was young, okay? I ain't telling you. But yeah, I was young and they were like 7 years older than me. And looking back at it now, they had 7 years more experience than I did. And I didn't realise it then. Like, he would even tell me, like, when I'm 7 years older than you, like, I know certain things that you have not known yet. And I'd be like, oh, whatever, blah. But he wasn't wrong, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I went in there so blinded, like blind to the point where my eyelashes were stuck together, closed, clamped. My eyes were clamped down, had a blindfold on, and I had cotton wool and dust and sand in my eyes. Like, that's how blind I went into it. And you know, if people from the outside were telling me stuff, I didn't really want to listen. I took some things on board, but I just didn't want to hear. Do you know what I mean? And you know, to a point whereby it did hinder me. But it comes to a case whereby sometimes you could be talking to your friend and be like, oh, you know, Greg didn't call me last night. He didn't call me back after. He said he would do. And your friend responds in a way like, what? He didn't call you? Oh my God, no. What was he doing? You need to check his phone. Oh my God, no. Like, he probably was asking. Like, they're putting jargon in your head and they're making it bad. Do you know what I mean? So it's a case of, when I say this one, it's definitely a balance, because it's good to listen to outsiders when things are going wrong, but listening to people when things are not that bad and they're gonna keep corrupting, you need to be wary of those kind of people, because they will try and ruin your relationship. Okay. Number 2, keep working and try at it. Like, it's a case of, you know, we sometimes think it's gonna be always rosy, like I said before, always great, always blissful, but sometimes you might get tired. Sometimes the other person might get tired, but you need to make sure that you're both working at it, because if somebody starts letting the ball go, then it starts to get a bit of like an uneven kind of level, and it gets harder to keep it oiled. It's like the train, you have to keep the oil in the train to keep it moving, to keep it going, to keep your oil, to keep it fresh. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that you have to ensure that you like keep working at it. Like, you will go through turbulent times. The most thing to understand is that you will go through turbulence, but the turbulence will only get better if you keep trying, you keep working at it, you keep going, and you keep trying to make it alive. Yes, it's not going to be the same as it was before when you first met, the first few months. That's why they call it honeymoon, because honeymoon is there at the beginning, but it's short-lived. It's not going to be honeymoon forever. You will have times when the person is going to get on your nerves. If you're married, you have times where you're like, oh my God, I'm seeing your dry face again, like you're getting on my nerves, and the person is saying stuff and it's annoying to you. It's annoying. Like, I live my parents have been married for like, how long now? About 25 years? 26 maybe? Yeah, I think 26, actually 26, 25, 26 years. And it's like, there's times where they're just so annoyed at each other. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? So you have to realise, but the love is still there. The love is still there, but you have to realise it's not going to be 100% always perfect, but just keep working at it. If you know it's really not going nowhere, like it's really over and it's done, then you can think of, okay, I'm gonna leave it, let's call it a day. But it's only when you've used, I think it's only when you've used all exhaust route. If you've gone through everything, like you've been like, you know what, we've tried it, we've tried. Especially when you're married, I think it's a case of you can't just give up on your marriage just like that. Like you've made a sacrifice, you've made sacraments, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't, I don't think it's just wise to say I'll give up just like that, unless this person has done you crazy. Unless this person has done you crazy. Like I said, we all have our tolerance levels. Unless this person has done you crazy, you're like, no, I can't. And you know, it makes no sense to try, then fair enough. But I honestly believe that, you know, unless you've tried all routes, you've gone counselling, you've really prayed on it, you've gone places, I don't know, you've tried, and you're like, I don't love this person, then yeah. But I honestly believe in trying. I do believe in trying. But if you know for sure that it's done, then yeah, I get to be the cause of relationship breakup. Let me just keep it there. I'll leave it there. I haven't got time for people to say it was that girl that you saw on YouTube telling you other things. No. Anyway, hope that was helpful. I just kept it simple. I wanted it to be really short and sweet, but I know this video's kind of run over more than it usually has. But yeah, I'll just say my goodbyes then, and make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, you share, and you know, give me comments on how you think you get through like tough relationships, like how you've gone through it. I'd love to hear how you've done it. But yeah, just keep motivated and keep loving yourself, and have a great day. I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.